Welcome to this training session on importing photos or pictures into the Vantage. Now, before you actually import the pictures into the Vantage, you need to have them saved on a USB drive. Sometimes that's also called the flash drive or the jump drive, or the thumb drive. The best format to save your photos or pictures in would be a JPEG format. So once you've got that set up, I want you to just plug it into your device, right on the side of the device, and then you'll follow the instructions from here. So what you're going to do is go to the toolbox. Since I'm using the emulator software, you'll see me using drop-down menus on the screen, but you'll actually be pressing the toolbox button on your device. It's a black button inset in the hardware, and it has a picture of a hammer and a screwdriver. Once you're in the toolbox, you're going to go down here to this yellow button that says Transfer Memory Menu. Go ahead and click on that. When I say click, you're actually going to be touching the button with your finger. Okay? Then you will press Import Icons. And I should say, before you press Import Icons, you need to make sure that your MTI method is on USB disk. The three choices are SD card, USB disk, and auto. Auto's going to work on my computer, but for you plugging into the device directly, you need to make sure you're on USB disk. Okay, then go ahead and click on Import Icons. And for me, mine came right into the folder where I have the pictures. And so I named it AAA Cadence Practice. And I just took these images off of Google Images. What you'll do is you'll see a similar format. It might look more like thumbnails than a list view. And you'll just tap on every picture that you want to include. And then you'll say OK or Open. And it's going to ask me about each one. Do I want to rename it? Do I want to rotate it? If I rotated it, it would look like this. Do I want to make it a scene? And in this case, I don't. That's a whole different training. I'm not worried about renaming it. And so I'm just going to say OK. That one's OK. That one's OK. That one's OK. 4 icons are loaded. Do I want them assigned to the same category? In this case, I don't. I have 3 people and 1 toy, so I want them assigned to different categories. So now it's going to ask me which category I want to put each icon in. So select a category for Aunt Sue, or if I press cancel, it won't go into any category. In this case, for Aunt Sue, I want to put her in people. So go to people, people. Now for Grandpa Joe. People, people. For the Tonka truck, I actually want that one to be in toys. So I'll go to recreation, toys. And for Uncle Sam, people, people. Now all my icons are loaded in, and they're actually part of my symbol library, so that when I go to change an image, my icons are there. So I'll show you what that looks like. Say that I wanted to specifically put Aunt Sue and Grandpa Joe and whoever else I named in here. I'm going to locate the icon where I want to put them, and now that they're part of my symbol library, I press the number 2 button to change a key. Again, I'm doing this for my drop-down menu, but you're just going to press the black number 2 button inset on your device. It should have a white 2 on it, or otherwise it will be the second button over on the right side of the handle. Press the key that I wish to change. And when I say change icon, I can go in here and I'll actually see the icons that I imported, along with all of these icons that are just already a part of the device. Here's the 3 that I imported, and they just come right into that category where I left them. So I can put Aunt Sue in. I'll change this, because all I want it to do is say her name, Aunt Sue. And I'll put Sue in the label, and I'll say OK. And now when I go to people, Aunt Sue comes up. I'll do one more for you. Let's go to groups, and we'll put in our Tonka truck. Go to toys. and you press your number 2 key, go to toys. When I change icon, I'll find that that Tonka truck is right where I dropped it inside of toys. Now let's say just for a moment that I hadn't gone through this process of importing my icons, but I do have my flash drive plugged in. What I could do is, instead of putting the icons in first so that I could see them in my library, I could come over to import icon. So again, what that looks like is change icon, import icon. And I can bring the icon in at this point. And there it is. Tonka truck. So that completes the tutorial on importing icons into your Vantage.